One thing that's helped me overcome a lot of, situationships, I would say, is that, I get everybody is different. Everybody comes with baggage, We always have some skeletons. We all have skeletons in our closet. Everybody has a past. But sometimes I feel like there's certain people that I would go further for than I would go for myself. And then I stop myself in my tracks and I realize, what are you running after? Is the prize in the end even worth it? Is the prize in the end even existent? Is what you're trying to grasp and head for, does it exist, or is it just like a delusion that you put in your head that gave you the momentum and the dream to even want to keep running? And then that's when I stop and I go back because I realize it's the truth. I was running away from it. And as much as I say I love the truth and I speak my truth, I live in my truth, sometimes in love, it's an ideal that I'm after. It's potential of someone who wouldn't even give me the time of their day that I'm giving them. And that's what sets me back. I look and I realize, what I'm after, it exists in the midst of my mind. When I lay my head to rest and I dream a dream, that's when it exists. But when I actually wake up and it's time for reality, this person and me, the way our morals and our values are so different. And again, I get people are different and we all have we're different people, of course. But what you come with isn't, how do I say this in a good way? Some things are things that we can't fix. Some things it really took the homeowner to do. We only hold so much power, especially over someone else's life. Words are only powerful to those who actually take them in and see a purpose in people speaking and giving them the time of day. But to someone who's deaf, you're speaking, but they're trying to read your lips. But at the end of the day, they'll let some words slip and they're not going to understand everything because at the end of the day, they're just deaf. That's just a reference, okay? I'm not really being fucking for real about that. But honestly, it's the truth. I look at myself a lot of times and I'm like, is what you're reaching for worth it? When I look at my dream and what the end result could result in, that depends on me, and that's a reality that actually exists and something that is worth working for. But with a situationship and someone who wants to partially love you, at the end of the day, those breadcrumbs is all they'll ever have to offer. You shouldn't have to sit there and beg and plead for someone to give you what you're giving them. That's not how it should be. When a waitress comes, they give both people the plate. They're not giving one person fucking half of what they ate and then, half of what they ordered and then the other person a full plate. No, that's not fair. And that's the same thing with love, is that you shouldn't give someone more and then what you're receiving is less. It's not fair. It's not fair. That's why you have to realize, look at yourself, I look at myself, I look at everything I come with, the love I have to offer, the beauty, the poetry, all of it. I'm like, some person who chooses to be regular, because being regular is a choice, you choose that, you make the decision that you're not going to go far, and where you are is where you'll always be. And that's why I look and I'm like, I want so much more for myself. And this is what I said to my sister before. I said, you can't want to go up in life and head towards the top with an anchor on your fucking, tied to your fucking ankle. You're just always going to be getting pulled down. That's why I realize it's not love for me. It's not about momentarily. And that's why I'm with nobody. And that's why I've always kept my virginity to this day. It's because I realize that what I want isn't for the moment. I'm in love with my future. And the future that I want is a future I can walk with someone else, but it takes a specific individual. Again, you can't go up with an anchor on your ankle. You're fucking in the water. You're swimming up, but you're being pulled down. Your energy is being fucking drained. And then at some point you just surrender and then you don't want to swim anymore because you convince yourself. Well, not you convince yourself, but that anchor is going to show you that with the wrong person by your side, the only place you're going to go is down. No matter if you sat in a fucking gymnasium training and training and training, I don't even know if the person exists to even fucking be able to fucking pull that shit up. But you can train and you can train, but at the end of the day, anchor is fucking heavy. It's heavy and it will pull you to the bottom of that fucking sea where you will fucking drown. That's why right now I don't have a lot of people in my life other than my family and my little girlies, Jade and Gracie. But other than that, there's no one who can stand by my side. And that's not being egotistical, and that's not being prideful. It's that where I'm going in life, I want to go up. So when I'm dealing with people who are doing drugs and I'm trying to stay away from that, yeah, I can say I could separate myself from that because I want more for myself. And yeah, some people could be around people who could smoke. Okay, cool, and that's good. But we each do things in our own significant way. Me, I don't want to be around that. Your crowd means everything. So when people see me with people like that, I'm associated with them. It's by association. But when I'm not with anybody and I'm with myself, I'm shining on my own. A star can still shine amongst other stars, but at the end of the day, your vibration, your authenticity, it speaks volumes, and your environment, it also speaks volumes. That's why I just choose to do things on my own, because at the end of the day, who has my back through everything? That's me. Who can I rely on the most? That is me. That's why through everything in life, through everybody I've encountered, for the good and bad, I've learned a lot from people. I've learned to love myself more, and I've learned more of the people that I don't want to be like, and the things that I want to do more. But out of it all, I've taken nobody. I've been alive for 20 years. And to actually say I have someone standing by my side, I don't. When I mean like by my side, I mean like that one person who is going to be there, that one person. It's like a Jules and Zendaya type thing, that Jules and Rue, like a fanboy and Chum Chum. I don't have that, because everybody who the thing about me is, when they try to get close, they get too close, and they see the depths of my soul rather than just what lays on the outside, and it is too much for them, and they seek refuge and they escape because I'm too much. It's what I'm always told by a lot of people, and what I tell myself, and that's why a lot of people can't handle me, is because I'm too much. But at the end of the day, you have to realize, what I sit on that helps me feel better is I know there will be someone out there who is like me and is being told that they're too much. At the end of the day, we will be able to both hold each other's baggage and hold each other in a way that we want to be held, and be with each other the way we want to be with one another. It exists. Why? Because people like us exist. So don't settle for less. Don't beat yourself up over this person, because at the end of the day, are they worth it? Really look at where they're going in the future, not right now. Don't think about right now. Think about later on. There was someone I dealt with. I wanted them to be the one so bad. But when I seen the future that was to come, I knew it was a future of chaos and just bad things. I wanted to strengthen my belief in religion and further my relationship with God and my connection. But I cannot have someone who is speaking down on my religion, making blasphemous regards, if that's a word, sorry. Making regards that are making my religion look in another, like in a bad way. You can't right a wrong like that. It's just morally wrong. And I couldn't accept it, and I was just being hurt in the process. And I realized that from here, it doesn't get better, it just gets worse. And that's exactly what was happening. It was getting worse. So I chose me in the end, and I realized that this person was on a road to chaos. This person was very angry. This person was very stubborn. This person was very ignorant. This person was very complacent. This person was a lot of bad things. Can I say they were loving? Oh, when they felt like it, but that's not how it should be. You should be loving always. When I'm loving, I love always and every day and every minute of the day. But this person, no, they were on the road to chaos. And I realized, a road of bliss, beauty, and peace, you can't subside yourself with someone who is the exact opposite of these traits. So you know what I had to do for the better? I had to cut it off. No matter how lonely I was, no matter how bad you want to be the person, if it's the wrong person, it'll just always be the wrong person. And at the end of the day, never feel bad for choosing you. I choose me every day, and the peace that comes with being with myself, I will never tell myself I'm too much. I'll never tell myself I'm less than what I am. I hold myself on a high pedestal because I love myself. I learned to love myself, and I love myself 100%. So no, never in my life will I accept 50% of 25% love towards me. No. Why? Because I know my worth, and I know I'm worth more than that. And no, I'm not belittling people, but at the end of the day, we do have a sense of, how do you say this, like a hierarchy of where people stand, and there are some people, you cannot say someone who is being mischievous, who is saying mean things to people, who's talking down on people, is better than somebody who's being grateful and blissful and peaceful and compassionate and caring and kind. You cannot say that. So that's why I choose me, because at the end of the day, I know in my heart, and God will always know, that the person I've always been, and me trying to stick there and try to help people become better, it was trying to show people the light. But sometimes some people just choose to reside in the darkness, so you have to let them. And that's that. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you guys next time.